supervisor at the Port Elgin and Southampton libraries, and the following are 3 books for fall 2024 that I'm really excited about. What Time the Sexton Spade Doth Rust by Alan Bradley. Fans of Alan Bradley and his adorable protagonist, Flavia de Luce, will be cheering happily this fall. After announcing that The Golden Tresses of the Dead, published in 2019, would be the final book in this popular cozy mystery series, Bradley has returned with a new installment. Readers find the indomitable Flavia in quite a pickle. She must look after her odious cousin Undine, and her beloved Mrs. Mullet has been accused of murder. The good news is that Flavia is thrilled with the actual method of the murder, regardless of who did it. As she notes, "I've been praying to God for a jolly good old-fashioned mushroom poisoning. It's not that I wanted anyone to die, but why give a girl such a gift, such as mine, without giving her the opportunity to use it?" Each Alan Bradley book is a delight, and this one is no exception. Cozy mystery readers who will enjoy a good laugh along the way in this latest installment. In Winter I Get Up at Night by Jane Urquhart. There are few writers in Canada that can match the recognition and accomplishments of Jane Urquhart. She has won or been nominated for the Governor General's Award, the Writers' Trust Fiction Prize, the Man Booker Prize, the Giller Prize, the Commonwealth Writers' Prize, and the International Dublin Literary Award. 9 years since her last novel was published, Urquhart returns with her 10th novel, In Winter I Get Up at Night, and it has been worth the wait. As the publisher notes, in luminous prose and with exhilarating nuance and depth, Jane Urquhart charts the difficult and unforgettable life of Emma McConnell as she teaches music in one-room schoolhouses on the prairies, as she recovers from a devastating accident, as she falls in love and feels loss. Urquhart also explores the great themes of the 20th century, colonial expansion, scientific progress, and the sinister forces that seek to divide our societies along racial and cultural lines. In Winter I Get Up at Night is a major work of imagination and exploration from one of the greatest writers of our time. I found this book drew me in from the first sentence. The prose is spare but seductive, almost mesmerizing, and the sense of place is palpable. This book will suit readers of literary fiction, those interested in language and setting. Comparable writers would include Michael Ondaatje, Michael Crummey, and Susan Swan. And watch for this book as award season gets underway. A Most Extraordinary Ride, Space, Politics, and the Pursuit of a Canadian Dream by Marc Garneau. Looking at his list of accomplishments, it's tempting to ask, what can't Marc Garneau do? He seems to do so many things so very well. Garneau began his career as a combat systems engineer in the Royal Canadian Navy, followed by his selection as the first Canadian astronaut in space, and more recently as an MP and cabinet minister in 2 successive Liberal governments. In addition, he was president of the Canadian Space Agency, chair of the Indigenous and Northern Affairs Committee, co-chaired the Parliamentary Committee on MAID, and sat on the ad hoc committee on the COVID response. In his memoir, A Most Extraordinary Ride, we discover the man behind the naval officer, the astronaut, and the politician. Garneau generously shares his views on space exploration, international politics, COVID, and a host of other timely topics. He explores the impact of his many and varied endeavors and the storied cast of characters who he has met along the way. Fans of contemporary history, politics, and of course the space program will enjoy this book, written as it is by one of our great Canadian statesmen.